Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This week on Your Life Today, we talking sunny days, heat waves, and everything in between.
Hey, you're here with your host, Aminata and Kir-aaa. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey.
Kir-aaa, come on. Let's talk about this crazy weather we've been having.
It's been really insane and bizarre this winter. We've had some really high temperatures. I leave my house in the morning and I start sweating already, so you know something's up. We've had crazy temperatures. It's been our second warmest February since we've even started tracking temperatures.
And then I heard it's supposed to snow next week. Last weekend it snowed. The temperatures dropped dramatically. I'm talking 40, 50 degrees. What's up with that? And if it's February and it's already warm, this might lead into the summertime. I might be sweating my edges out. This is going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. And you know what? It has this really bad impact on the environment as well. It messes with us, with your edges, and it messes with the whole world too. Actually.
It's crazy.
Go ahead.
Tell me about it. Go ahead, talk about it. No, you got this. Talk about it.
Well, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy. I've been looking into it, and the EPA says that the average temperature on Earth has increased by these crazy amounts, 1.5 degrees in the last century. But that's only going to go up now that we're crazy industrialized and using all sorts of gases that gets trapped in the atmosphere. You know about greenhouse gases?
Girl, I know a little bit. I know a little bit about greenhouse gases.
What do you know?
What I learned was, say the greenhouse gases that we emit from our car. What happens is they go into the air and they sort of form a bubble around the earth. And, when the sun, radiates its lovely sunny energy onto us, in the earth, it tries to absorb the energy. But when it's time for the earth to release the energy back into the air, the greenhouse gases have already created a bubble that traps that energy, and it just creates increasing temperatures. And I was looking just the other day, what's the CDC say about extreme heat? And it said, the summertime temperatures are substantially hotter and more humid than average at a particular place. And, I think that's what we've been seeing. Mm-hmm. We've been seeing extreme heat waves. And between 2011 and 2012, the extreme heat events had tripled, and that was more than average. And
that's crazy.
I don't think the earth is bouncing back as we do. We might run into that AC room, but the earth is just getting hotter and hotter.
The earth doesn't have an AC button to turn on, does it?
Sure doesn't, girl.
But even so, we can escape the heat as much as we can, if we have it available. But maybe if you have asthma or you have some other COPD or something, the heat just makes it worse, and people die from it. People with these chronic diseases, it just makes it much worse. They have to go to the hospital. They get dehydrated. It's crazy. It's only gonna get worse too.
You're right, and I heard that. Well, it's not that I heard. I gathered the facts, and it said extreme heat-related events, they cause more deaths than any other weather-related hazard. We're talking more than hurricanes, tornadoes, or flooding. And you said asthma, so imagine, my little cousin, he can't run outside and pray. All the heat is exasperating his asthma, and Granny.
Yeah, the old people.
Granny and the kids are the most vulnerable. You can't have Granny out here in the heat. And what if Granny has no AC? What if nobody checks on Granny in the summertime?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, people outside, it's not even just the old people and the young people. We have these middle-aged people that have these, for example, the people that work outside, these outdoor laborers. A lot of people, they actually suffer from poverty, and on top of that, they're outside, and so they can't take off work. They are usually the first to really feel the heat, and they actually, have a lot of these, they feel it way worse. These crop workers are 20 times more likely to suffer heat-related death than anybody else. That's a big stat.
Wow. And that's crazy. We might not be children or adults or maybe even crop workers, but we're everyday people contributing to this greenhouse gases. Our emissions contribute to this. You know, this isn't just their problem, it's our problem. What can we do? What can we do to help stop this? You know, how can we bring down the heat? Beat the heat.
Beat the heat. How we beat the heat? Well, I think the first thing is like being prepared. Like look at your forecast, have an idea of when it's gonna be super hot, and find a place to go. Maybe you don't have AC. Maybe you can find like a library or something. So understand that you have to know what is gonna happen to plan for it. See if you have a place to go. Make sure that you have adequate cooling, like you have water and you have ice on hand if you can. And sometimes you have these like power failures, so you need to make sure that you have a backup plan also, maybe like a generator, or maybe you have, I don't know, like a neighbor's house you can go to. There are some other things you can probably do too.
And plant a tree, you know, get your friends together, get out into the community, plant a tree.
Yeah,
the tree
for
might
sure.
absorb that energy, you know, reduce the heat.
Yeah, it'll
This is
help.
everybody's problem. It's a community problem. We can all do our part to pitch in. Check on your neighbor.
That's
know?
right. I
If
mean,
you know, mm-hmm.
go ahead.
Yeah, you know, if you know your best friend's granny is down the street and, you know, nobody's checked on her all day, give her a ring. Stop in. Make sure she's doing all right. Make sure you find out if your city has a cooling shelter. There are options. You just got to take action.
Yeah, and if you don't know, you can just contact your local government, call your local rep, call your mayor, see what's going on, see if they have plans. Because maybe you have AC, but your neighbor doesn't, or, you know, there are lots of people to protect in this. So we know it's only going to get worse, and it's only going to be more likely to occur. So for this reason, especially in like urban environments, we got to be really ready. We have to be prepared, and we got to make sure we can beat this heat, because it's coming.
All right, y'all. You heard it here first on Your Life Today. That's it from us. Peace, love, and preparedness.
Have a good one, y'all.